Hey beautiful soul, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share your thoughts below. I would love to hear from you. If you're already subscribed, welcome back. I'm so glad you could join me again. For those who have gifted me with super thanks and joined my channel's memberships, you guys are amazing. I love you all. Let's get a collective reading. Please keep an open mind, only take what resonates and let the rest go. Okay, we have Son of Swords. I'm going to take more. Spirit, show us the messages. Thank you. Wow. 10 of Wands. The Woe. And the Sun. I see an ending that led to a new beginning. Okay, this is interesting what's coming true. Okay, I hear someone try to break you. They aim something at you like it will be the last hit, the final blow, the moment you would finally go quiet for good. And they watch, like spectators, like they bought tickets to your downfall. They bet their reputation on your collapse. And now the lie that buried you is caving in. Something is shifting. It's not subtle anymore. The story they used to seal you under shame is cracking from the inside. I see you did not go down. And what I'm sensing here is deep. Spirit wants me to let you know. Because what was done to you was not small. It left real scars, real damage. Spirit showing me it took you so long to gather yourself again. So long to build a version of you that could actually breathe again. You rebuilt from the mess. You had to figure out who you were after someone tried to make you the villain in every room you were not in. And here's the part that still stings. You were not the only one hurt. You were the only one believed. Because the whole community, and I mean the people around it, they did not stay neutral. They picked a side. And they picked the wrong side. Some of them were people you trusted. Some were elders. Some were the ones who claimed they have wisdom, faith, values. And they looked at you and decided you were not worth defending. Some did not know the full stories. Others absolutely did. But they turned away anyway. And that silence did damage too. Not loud damage. Slow damage. The kind that comes dressed up as concern, polite distance, whispered doubt about your sanity, your motives, your character. It was character assassination. But something is moving now. Not because of one sudden event, because the truth has been stacking up piece by piece in ways they could not stop. People are connecting dots. They ignored it for years. And the same community that let you be devoured is starting to feel uneasy. Because the person who framed you as unstable, as the problem, their mask is slipping. And it is not happening on the timeline anymore. People are replaying what was said about you. The accusations, the character attacks, the way they question you instead of questioning their own conscience. They are realizing they got used. They judge you too fast. They ask for no proof. They did not pause to understand. They just accepted a narrative and helped carry it. What is hitting hard is the hypocrisy. These are people who talk about morals, people who show up to spiritual spaces, people who speak in principles, and at the same time, they were actively working against you, spreading your name like it meant disgrace, shrinking your woe. They are blocking opportunities, isolating you, and they did it while feeling righteous. I see that the story they are telling themselves is decaying from the inside. Now the wider circle, the ones who only heard fragments from trusted source, they are waking up. They are reading between the lines. They are looking at what is documented. They are having that moment where they realize, I have been manipulated. Because when ordinary people realize the so-called pillars were motivated by status, money, control, it shakes everything. It forces them to question every judgment they made about you. Every time they hesitated to help because they were not sure if you were the problem. And you know what's happening to the loudest ones now? They're getting quiet. The ones who spoke with certainty are now carrying dread they cannot name. Because they can feel what is coming. They know people are going to see them clearly. They know their niceness is about to be exposed as performance. The thing about losing control of a narrative is that it speeds up. One person asks a real question, another person looks for an answer. Somebody finds proof, something gets confirmed. Suddenly, it's not an opinion, it's evidence. What I'm picking up on is this. Someone close to the inner circle did something dark to you. Something that caused you real trauma. When you try to speak, people appeared, but not to do what was right. To defend who they love. To defend the institution. To defend their image. It is that moment when loyalty gets mistaken for virtue. When people realize they have been protecting the indefensible. Except this is not a movie scene, this is your life. And the exposure is happening in slow motion. People are now having private reckonings. They are realizing they stood on the wrong side. Now they have to live with the person they were when they truly mattered. The contrast is brutal. You went through something devastating. But instead of support, you got isolation, you got blame, you got labeled crazy, insane, unstable, angry, vindictive, attention-seeking. Meanwhile, the person who did the damage was protected. They were given the benefit of the doubt that you were denied. But now people are watching you rise. They're watching you rebuild yourself. They're watching you create a life that does not include them. And it hits them because you did not become what they said you were. You kept going. You built anyway. And you started carrying this energy of being done, needing their approval. That is when guilt shows up. That is when some of them feel pulled back towards you. Not always because they care. Sometimes because they are afraid you will say it out loud. So they will try to reach out. They like old photos. They will message you with apologies they should have offered years ago. They will offer you small favors, introductions, access, anything that feels like a purchase of peace. And I need you to be clear. Some of them, they are not sorry. they are scared. Not just of legal consequences, though if that is on the table, you should speak to a professional. I mean, they are scared of the truth becoming public record, scared of the whispers turning into facts, scared of the story being rewritten without their permission. Because in their minds, they made choices with incomplete information, or they knew enough and still stayed quiet because it was easier, it was safer, because they did not want to lose their standing. So they sacrifice you to protect themselves, and they try to make peace with that. But you cannot actually make peace with participating in harm. You can only cover it up until the truth cracks the surface. That is what is happening now. This moment did not come out of nowhere. It has been building. Maybe someone finally spoken out. Maybe something surfaced that cannot be denied. Maybe the questions got too loud for the walls to hold. This is the culmination. Think about the pressure underground, silent, hidden years of build-up. And then one day it erupts and the entire landscape changes. That is what the truth does. It does not care about reputation. It does not respect image. It comes up anyway. And the community is realizing it. The genuinely good ones feel shame, not just for what they did not do, but for what they enabled, for how easily they let group dynamics override principles, for how quickly they let social pressure replace integrity. Some will come to you wanting to make amends. Here's what you need to remember. You do not owe them forgiveness. You do not owe them access. You do not owe them a role in your healing. If they want to apologize, that is their work. If they want to repair, that is their responsibilities. Your job is not to help them feel clean. Your job is not to take care. Your job is to take care of you, not take care of them. Because here's the real transformation. You live through something designed to destroy you. And you did not just survive it. You built something stronger on the other side. You learn who you are without validation. You learn what your voice sounds like without an audience. You became someone who does not need the approval because you already know your worth. Meanwhile, the people who hurt you are stuck in the old system. Performance, control, fear, image management. Still calculating, still protecting their place in a hierarchy that's finally shaking. But you are moving. You're already building the next thing. You're already becoming who you were meant to be. And that gap is going to keep widening. They're going to watch you thrive. And it's going to remind them of the choice they made, the side they picked, the harm they allowed. What matters now is this. You know the truth. And the people who matter are starting to see it. The narrative that was built to ruin you is falling apart. Not because you are fighting, but because it was always fragile. Lies only survive when everyone agrees to carry them. Once enough people stop playing along, it collapses. So now you get to choose. You can engage with the ones reaching out or not. You can decide who gets access and on what terms. You can speak publicly or keep it private. You can choose justice in whatever form serves you. But whatever you decide, you're deciding from clarity now, not from survival, from power. And that is what they feared all along. Not your anger, not your pain, not your emotions, not even your story. They feared what would happen when you stop needing them. Because the moment you believe yourself fully, the system that depended on your silence started to fail. So keep going, keep building, keep trusting what you know. Because the truth does not whisper forever, it rises to the surface, it spreads. It becomes impossible to ignore. And this time it's not coming to punish you. It is coming to name what happened and to prove what they could not handle from the beginning. You were never who they said you were. Let's get some initials. Okay, let's see the numbers. Triple three, triple six, or triple nine. Four, eight, triple eight. Got 4. This could be your birthday, age, birth year, life path, whatever significant numbers in your life. Okay, I'm gonna get some of my mini bits. Let's see. Okay, we have O, P, Sagittarius, Aries, Libra, Cancer, Taurus, L, Virgo, Cancer, Gemini, 5, 6 or 9, Aquarius, Aries. This could be angels' numbers. Alright, I'm going to leave it here. I hope this reading resonates. Let me know your thoughts. Take care, guys. Love and light to you.